Hey, good morning everyone. So my name is Arnel Madraso. I'm the teacher vlogger. So currently I'm here at the College of Liberal Arts. So it's my first time to vlog in this college. So this was my former college. So today I'm here to actually interview Sir Al-Ghani Muhammad, my former student here at the College of Liberal Arts. So he was under me, in fact, in one of my debate classes before. So I'm here to, this is a part 2 of the vlog. We are going to interview him. So he will be interviewed in his MA class in CPADS. But later we will have to interview him, give him questions, and then later we'll get to know about my student, now a teacher, and currently a very successful public administrator. No? Okay, so bye. See you later.
It is the exercise of great power. A while ago, I told you when we talk of administration, in contradistinction to management, administration is to apply something. You apply something, and that something is the law. So that is the exercise of a great power, the application, the administration of the law. In which public administration, or there is more in public administration. In administration, as an exercise of great power, is more on private administration differs to individuals and groups. Public administration refers to the state, to the central, and even to the local government. Again, this definition is Americanized, or this concept is Americanized because of the word state. Because in order criteria are not exclusive. Okay? They are not exclusive. You say there are other avenues, there are other criteria in which we can compare or contrast or differentiate public administration to private administration. But this concept comes from one book. Okay? I think it's the book of say everything, even the people, their lives are even controlled by the government. Sir, your question?
Yeah, you mentioned in a social state, or social protocol.
Socialist.
Yeah, socialist. The scope of public becomes limited.
Yes.
How come?
Because only the state.
Should be the state does everything.
Yes, the state does already everything. So you don't need the NGOs. You don't need the business sectors. Di ba kanina yung last meeting we have the governance in which the government is only part of that process. In here, no. In a social state, no. The state does everything, provides everything. So limited lang ang ng public act. Unlike sa atin, meron local government units. Then meron pang NGOs. Then meron pang papasok na ICRC, Amnesty International, may papasok na ano ba? International Criminal Court. Which differentiate it from public administration. Public administration is far more closely tied with the Constitution and formal laws. Why? Because everything should be in accordance with the law. There is always a basis. Everything that is done, okay, whether it is for service or not, it should always be in accordance with the prescribed law. When you say prescribed law, a specific law na dapat gagawin mo ng basis. And above all is the Constitution, because the Constitution is the highest, the supreme law of the land, in which everything must be in conformity with the provisions of the Constitution.
morning, everyone. So, my name is Arnel Madraso. I'm the teacher blogger. So, finally, I was able to get a schedule with Sir Al-Ghani, Professor Al-Ghani Muhammad. In my teaser and my part 1 of this blog, I said that he was my previous student. That's the purpose of my blog. So, since I'm a teacher blogger, I always look for my previous students who are very successful now. So, I'm really happy. So, sir, thank you for gracing my blog. So, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Sir is very tired lecturing 3 hours, but he graced my blog. I'm asking him 3 minutes for this interview. Okay, so maybe let's start with being a student and being a teacher. So, what's the difference, sir? Are you enjoying being a student or a teacher?
Well, I enjoyed more being a student than a teacher because when I was a student I was just happy and I didn't care about the time, but now my time is hectic, my schedule is hectic. I need to attend meetings as a department head, as a vice president of the faculty union. I need to attend to my classes as an undergraduate professor, So,
okay.
Basically, di ko hawak ang time.
So you enjoy being a student more?
Yes.
Of course, during college years, right? You have so many courses taken,
yes,
right? So, as I said in my blog, there's one student I always set as an example when I come in the room. It's always Al-Ghani. You know why? Because it's a bookworm. He reads a lot, no? That's one way of challenging our students to read. So, first course is
Political
science. Political
yes.
science. And then you are a graduate of nursing.
Yes, nursing.
Yes, nursing, imagine that. And so, then...
I took up law.
And also a law student.
Master of Public Administration. Then, currently, I am finishing my Doctor of Public Administration.
So, I think that's a better direction. Right?
Yes.
So, you're going up.
Yes.
Alright, and as you said in your lecture a while ago, you were talking about really where public ad started.
Yes.
It's actually Paul side.
Yes.
Alright, so nursing. Now, let's go back to our experience in... Before talking about technical aspect, let's talk about debate class.
Debate classes.
So,
One of my favorite classes and one of my favorite teachers, Dr. Arnel Madraso,
Okay.
even gave me 1.0.
Flat one, right? So, I really regret not giving you the championship of the debate. But I think you know that I really want, much as I want to let you win, but there are certain, I think it's not in the research or constructive speech, but it was really on, the communication or the delivery part, because Jenny was kind of American accent. But in terms of the research aspect, you check the criteria, it's all flat one. In fact, you got flat one, right? So there's no question about your debating skills. But what do you remember in class? What do you remember in class? If you may just point out some, what do you remember?
Well, I remember and also miss the competition because inside the class, we were really competitive. Given the fact that, of course, it was a debate class. And more importantly, we were inspired because our professor in debate class, of course, Dr. Madraso.
I wasn't a doctor yet.
Yeah.
I wasn't a doctor yet. I was just an ordinary teacher. I think before I left for Lasal, I was reading your class, but I was really
Professor Madraso inspired me and even motivated me to study harder because of the debate class. I always read, I was read, research.
Do you know that you were brilliant? Because I wasn't really giving you flowery words, right? I always challenge you, but do you know that you're brilliant? Do you know that?
I didn't know that.
You're a very simple, diligente, because I am not also really a brilliant student, but I can see myself in you because you're just very, in terms of arduous process, you're willing to submit to the process, right? So, okay, now let's talk about why not go abroad. I already asked you this question when I came here 2016 to do part-time teaching. I asked you, we had a conversation. You said, so why are you not leaving for...
Because of that passion passion to teach, the burning desire to inculcate knowledge to my students and share the knowledge that I learned from professors, great professors like you. Aside from the fact that nursing was not really my choice, I was just encouraged.
Was it piece of cake to memorize the human anatomy?
although that's part of it, memorization. Nursing is more on technical, the jargons that also you need to memorize.
You passed the board.
I passed the board.
Imagine that.
Once.
Imagine that. You passed the board and then he's not practicing now. Just imagine that. But you learned something from
Yes. So after practicing, I actually practiced for 1 year. I even specialized in psychiatry nursing. But I decided to join the academy primarily because of Professor Moyedi who also encouraged me to join and to teach. So that was 10 years ago. That was 2008.
We became colleagues. When I came here, you were here already teaching. But I admire your loyalty because there were profs like me who left. I'm really also trying as a father.
I really rose from the rank. I started as a visiting lecturer, handling 2 subjects, 7 a.m. subject. My second subject was 7 p.m. subject. Just imagine 2 subjects, result subjects. Then I became
from the start.
Yes,
from the start.
Then I became a substitute. Then a COS. Then a temporary regular faculty.
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy before.
It took me 6 years just to have this idea.
That's why you're not just easy.
Yes.
It's not easy for you to just let it go because you worked hard for it.
I really worked hard for it just to be where I am now. Of course, with the help of my colleagues.
The position, the headship. How
I did not.
How do you feel right now? I mean, it's not an easy task.
Yes, I did not even expect it. I did not expect to become the department head, although I dream of it. Because I became department head just last March 22, 2018.
Votation was
Yes,
like 0,
votation
right?
through
unanimous.
Yes, through Viva Voce.
Viva Voce.
So it was unanimous. They elected me as their department.
Actually, I heard about it, so I also thought, okay, so maybe there's change of atmosphere already. So I was thinking, okay, so maybe there will be changes already in the university.
And there are a lot of things that I want to introduce in my stint as department head because there were so many activities that were withheld before, and now I want the students to participate, given the fact that they are political science students, to be involved and participate in these activities. And I want these political science students to apply what they learned, okay, and what they got from the political science professors. For example, this election, this forthcoming election, if not almost political science students are involved with it.
In your speech last time, in your speech during the assembly, you mentioned that do not just participate in political organization.
Yes. Do not just participate in political activities. Participate also in other activities that improve you, not only as a student but as a person. For example, we have the pageant, the beauty pageant, in which our political students are now representing
and they're winning, right?
the department. We have also activities
outreach
like,
programs, right?
Outreach programs. What else? Volunteer activities, volunteer works, volunteer programs, and the likes.
So, Sir Moy Edin, how is he an influence to you?
Wow, very influential. As a matter of fact, he was the one who dragged me. He was the one who convinced me to be part of the political science department, to teach, to share my knowledge to the political science students. And until now, he's been with me. He's even my campaign manager.
I can see.
Yes, he's my campaign manager. He's always supportive of me. He's always there from sunrise to sundown.
Actually, yeah, I heard about it through Boy. So when I talked to him, so it's Sir Al-Ghani. So no problem, he was my student. So always when the person is connected with me as a student, I'm always there. I'm always there, whatever your endeavors are.
And the greatest influence that Professor Morelli has with me is his concept of social justice. And even remember that he always tells us, even in the department, he always tells us that he could not withstand. He can withstand a day of hunger, but not a second of injustice. That is the greatest influence that Professor Eddie has on me, because as
Students and teachers,
as vice president of the faculty union, I'm doing that, and now I will be vying for the presidency of the faculty union. I want also to do that.
So wisdom for justice,
yes.
Wisdom for justice, heart for public serving,
justice for faculty, giving what is due for the faculty, promote their welfare, advance their interests. So that's what our faculty union is, and that's what the president does as the president of the faculty union.
Okay.
It's always for the faculty.
For my viewers worldwide, Sir Al-Ghani is running for presidency of India. So maybe highlights of your plans.
Well, we have the core principles since I was a student. These core principles, these principles are already with me. I've been practicing this since I was a student. What's it called? The acronym of these core principles is CARE. CARE. So C stands for consultative governance, in which the faculty must be consulted, especially with regard to matters that affect them. Number 2 is accountability. There must be an accountability because we are serving the public. We are serving the faculty for the interests of the faculty. And the next is responsive faculty union. This is a faculty union for the faculty members. The needs of the faculty members should be taken care of. And the last one is exemplary leadership, or leadership by example, and leadership by initiative. So that's our core principles.
So let's not forget CARE. It's CARE.
CARE stands for those.
Okay.
Then we have also administrative agenda. The acronym is for the faculty. For the faculty. Although I cannot memorize it, but notable among those is implementation of the work for the implementation of the National Budget Circular number 7-8 or the 7th cycle. This has something to do with the promotion.
If you deserve it, you give it to you. It will be given to you.
Correct. Then we have also the comprehensive healthcare program for the faculty.
That is what I'm asking.
Yes.
So what is that?
In which we have this medical, aside from the general fund that we have this medical fund and the insurance fund.
Correct.
In which the faculty acts as the insurer or an insurance company. Because if you're going to utilize or get the services of the insurance company, we are paying more than 200,000 a year, in which only 80,000 goes to for those services, insurance services. So why not make our union as the insurance company itself?
So
we will manage our funds. So we will be the ones who will give these benefits to the faculty members without undergoing tedious process just to comply with the documents needed in order to secure
money.
this money.
So you already studied
Yes.
the possibility of making us,
Yes.
the union, become the insurance
The
company.
insurer, yes, the insurer or the insurance company of the.
We can,
Yes,
according
we
to
can.
law.
We can.
Oh.
Then we have also the medical fund. This
Emergency.
fund, yes,
Emergency
This
fund.
fund is intended for faculty who needs, faculty members who needs this during emergency.
That's
So
really
that's-
my concern. No? I think if this will be, I think that's a legacy on your part, right?
Especially nowadays, our faculty members are getting sick. No? You can hear news in which our faculty
Yeah.
members are admitted in the hospitals
And then
because of
nothing-
hypertension,
nothing-
because of
Too much eating or...
diabetes or diabetic complications.
So, yeah, hopefully this will be
Yes,
materialized. The youngest. A trivia to you. The youngest. If he will win, he will be the youngest. And of course, legacy.
I became the youngest president of the College of Liberal Arts
Youngest.
faculty organization at the age of 20. I was 27 or 28. I became the youngest vice president of the union. I became also the youngest department head, and now
This one,
God's
hopefully.
hopefully
Inshallah.
will also become the youngest. But that's not the the purpose of running to become the youngest.
It's not.
The youngest president of the faculty. It's to serve the faculty members.
The humility.
Take care.
How do you maintain the humility? Because there are other people, when I came back, their attitudes changed already. You know, I used to mentor before. Now, they don't even know my face. But you, when you see me, it's just like you're still my student. You don't change. How do you maintain such a, you're there, you're up there, yet you still look at your mentors or teachers, even you talk to Moy or to me, still the same. How do you maintain this?
Although I'm a Muslim, but I believe in that Bible verse or biblical verse. Those who humble themselves will be exalted, and those who exalt themselves will be humbled.
It's there within your mind.
Yes.
Until now, you're still
And
doing
also,
it.
yes, and also my parents taught me that to be humble all the time, regardless of what you have, what you are now. Because at the end of the day, still a human being. And
You are a very aggressive person when you argue.
Yes.
You can be very lethal when you argue, especially when people put you down, especially during meeting. But then you're still, in terms of your lifestyle, in terms of attitude with people, I can still do the same. You're still the same. That's why that's the reason I'm vlogging this person, because good example. As I said, I admire his loyalty and humility for the university. So, this guy is a tremendous memory skill. So I taught them logical fallacies before. I'll be giving him an instance, and then he will be giving I'll test whether he still remembers the fallacy. Right? So
I'll try.
no, Arich, listen to this, ha? Si Arich, di ba? Student. Listen to this, ha? There's no rehearsal. Okay. So, sir, let's start with attack to the personality instead of the issue.
It's a fallacy of argumentum ad hominem.
Ignorance on the issue at hand.
Fallacy of argumentum ad ignorantiam.
So, it rained because of me.
Fallacy of false talk.
Okay. Let's say, getting the masses, let's say, trying to influence the masses' minds.
And the policy of argumentum ad populum.
He can still remember, right? So, that's how his memory still is working. Remember, he just talked for 3 hours. Then after this game, he still remembers the fallacies, right? So, why? Because he's a voracious reader.
And also the coach of the debate team. Wemsu debate team and CLA debate team. So
He turned out...
everything that I learned from you, I already applied.
I heard about it. Later, when I heard about it, that you were handling the debate teams. No problem.
Together with Professor Joker.
Yes, because you did the process. For me, the consolation is, it's not what I will become, it would be what my students would be. And I think same thing on your part, sir. You're mentoring students.
Yes.
Your colleagues who are already your students
who are now my colleagues.
colleagues.
Yes.
That's training also. So Sir, thank you very much for your...
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Also very much for the effort for this.
Okay. So actually, sir, this is not an effort. I enjoy this. Vlogging is my lifestyle. I really enjoy this whenever I share this and so many views. So please support us. The faculty of Western Mindanao State University. I did not really sell this. No? For me, he was my student. I know that he will not turn us down. When it comes to money, when it comes to justice, I always support my students, regardless. Whether they succeed or not, sometimes I will be there. But for this particular goal, that's to reach the presidency, I am with you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So a final message to the viewers.
Again, thank you very much for watching and for subscribing. Most of all, thank you to my mentor, Professor. I've learned a lot during those were the days. As a matter of fact, I even remember Professor Madraso before, now Dr. Madraso, instilling in us the value of research, the value of reading. And until now, I am sharing this to my students, how important reading is, preparing for any endeavor, whether academic or not. So before you go to class, that's why a while ago you didn't see any notes or whatsoever, because I make sure that when I go to my class or when I come to my class, I am prepared, because nothing needs preparation. And chances favor the prepared minds. So yun ang natutunan ko.
Sir, yung last word mo kanina, you may now evaporate. I use that, di ba? I use that always in your class. Okay, you may now evaporate.
Go and multiply. So because learning is always fun. So why deprive your students of knowledge when you can do that in a fun way? And learning is fun. I also learned that from my professors.
You may now evaporate. So I used to say that. So I can see, okay, so you can still remember the things that you teachers. Okay.
So we should always be also mindful of our acts, no? At the end of the day, it's our relationship with our fellow man that matters, regardless of what we have become, regardless of our strata, regardless of our idiosyncrasies, religion. The most important thing is respect. Respect. So respect for everybody and giving what is due to everybody. That's the concept of social justice. So thank you very much for watching, for finding time to watch this video, to watch this vlog. So again, thank you very much, Dr. Madraso.
Okay.
You're the man.
Thank you. Okay, bye. See you later. Oh.
I don't need to campaign because yung mga iba na ayaw sa kanya, sila ang against him. So this carefully is values deleted by friends.
This one is without sound. Parang pang lang to, pang landscape lang. So we will be talking to Sir
May klase siya, 1
o'clock. Your office, where do you hold office now?
Diyan kami sa...
So you're still in a group. Nasa group ko, wala ka pa din sarili mong ano.
Nandiyan pa, kasi under renovation pa. So lilipat kami sa sa Monday, next week. Itong bagong faculty room namin, tsaka may bagong faculty yan. Pero for the meantime, dito kami sa this office. I have a table there.
Okay, sir. See you some other time. Okay, bye. I'll be interviewing Sir Marshall. Hey, so good morning everyone. So my name is Arnel Matraso. I'm the teacher vlogger. So this is still part 2 of Sir Al-Ghani's Road to Summit. So now with me is Sir Roel Marshall. Sir Roel, of all Sir Al-Ghani's students, I chose him. So you will find out why I chose him. So Sir Roel was Sir Al-Ghani's student before in what classes?
In public administration.
Okay, public administration. So, sir, tell me something about Sir Al-Ghani as a teacher.
Well, Professor Al-Ghani was very, in terms of time management, he always comes to class early. He is very strict when it comes to procedures in the classroom, the classroom setup. But
Is it true that he closes the door when it's already time? You cannot
yes,
enter?
he closes the doors because he's very time conscious. And then when it comes also to dealing with what he calls the students, he's somewhat what he calls
Is it formal, very strict?
not really very strict, not also very formal. But there were funny things that he also discussed, integrated, so that the class would be lively. But when it comes to what he calls teaching the lessons properly. He was really that sincere in teaching.
So content-wise, you can see that he can really talk talk about the content.
As a former student of Professor Al-Ghani and now a colleague of Professor Al-Ghani, I can really say that he was very efficient when it comes to teaching. I think I was.
You are now an instructor in political science.
Yes, sir.
Political science.
I started 2014 and
I was seeing you already here way back 2016. I was here. Yeah. Okay, so sir is now the colleague of Sir Al-Ghani.
He is. If you're going to look for a leader, he is already a total package. He's already a total package. He is intelligent, smart. You know, if we can really observe that he is really smart, honest, and then very transparent.
So if you'll be giving your contribution, you're assured of the contribution, right?
Actually, sir, I am really. What I'm saying is, I'm really blatantly campaigning Sir Al-Ghani for presidency.
Yes. Because we know him,
For
right?
president.
He wouldn't let us down when it comes to contributions, right?
Welfare of the faculty, what else? Welfare of the students, the university as a whole.
Okay, sir, thank you very much for your time and gracing this vlog.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye. See you later. Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Arnel Madraso. I'm the teacher blogger. So with me now is, of course, a man without really having to be introduced. No? Sir Moy Eding is one of the veteran faculty in Western Mindanao State University, professor well-respected in the university. So I'm actually interviewing him just to know from him, direct from the horse's mouth, who Al-Ghani is as a student, and of course as a colleague in the university, right? Yeah. So sir,
thank you very much, Doc. At the outset, let me say without fear of contradiction that as far as Al-Ghani is concerned, as a former student leader, he was so very active, dynamic, and a principled man. Anything that is being what we call articulated insofar as students' interests at that time during his college days were concerned, those interests have been realized because he's a man who does not believe only in words, meaning he's not in NATO, NATO, no action talk only as a student leader.
So he's an action.
What I mean, the moment he believes that a certain issue is really for the welfare of the so-called student at that time when he was a student leader, he will put it in writing and submit it to the authorities that be. That is
then signed.
Yeah, he will sign.
It's not like a letter that would circulate without any signature.
Exactly. He does not believe in so-called anonymous letters. That is how Al-Ghani is fighting his own battle. So
Okay,
to me, he is a principled student leader during his college days.
Okay. In the classroom, what's your memory about him?
Well, he was actually a very good student insofar as what we call not only the subject matter, but you talk any issue under the sun.
Because he's reading.
He is really you know, to me, a walking what we call encyclopedia, so to speak.
Yeah.
And well-versed individual.
Okay. So, I heard that you invited him to teach in Bonsai, right? So, was it your influence why he is in the political science department now?
Well, first, I do believe that when he graduated as cum laude, to me, personally, it was my personal conviction that Al-Ghani, after his graduation as cum laude, he would be an asset to our department. And so,
Qualified.
very qualified. And so I suggested to him, why not teach?
Right.
Because as a cum laude graduate, you will be really an asset. So thanks God, he accepted the challenge, and now I'm happy that he's now our head. He's now our head.
He's now your head.
Yeah. The one who invited him became one of his loyal soldiers.
What can you say about this guy's humility, right? So this guy is really possessing humility, right?
Exactly. That is also one virtue that this guy possesses. Very humble.
According to him, he's learning it from us, from his professors, right?
Exactly.
That's humility.
That's
right?
humility.
He doesn't claim everything for his own glory, right?
Exactly. And also one thing good of him, he will always be asking first himself and always ready with documents before he will be opening his mouth.
Evidence.
And so, if he believes that it is worth fighting for, especially for the interests of his sector or his, at the time when he was still a student leader, he will really work it hard and have it realized. And now that he is a teacher and one of the so-called candidates for the faculty union presidency, more so that he will be, let's say, there are issues affecting us, I know he will fight it out in the highest policy-making body, the Windsor Board of Regents.
His framework of social justice, I think you have similar views about social justice, right? When you see faculty being oppressed, so you're always there.
Exactly.
Always waiting for the right time. If there will be the right time that people who are oppressing will face their consequences. And I think you have similar line of social justice framework, right?
Exactly. And let me just put it straight that this guy, Al-Ghani, as a believer of social justice, he will always be what we call putting forward the general welfare of the faculty, if given the chance to serve. And I'm appealing, therefore, to all my meaningful and well-meaning colleagues in this prestigious university to support Al-Ghani and his team. Why? Because we need responsible, accountable, and objective representation. Particularly, the Windsor Faculty Union President must be what we call willing to articulate the interest of the general faculty of our beloved university. And I know him so well. He is very competent, very dynamic, and I know our voices will really be heard the moment he will be there in the Board of Regents representing our faculty union.
Of course, honesty, sir. No? Whenever I give my contribution, I would know that it will be used
Exactly.
in the right way.
He is very...
When you give something, 100 pesos, so you know that you will be using it on the right way. Correct?
He is a man with the so-called pool of integrity
Yes.
and honesty.
Still young, huh? Still
Very young, very
still
dynamic. And also, you know, this man, this guy, Al-Ghani, for those who may not be able to have that opportunity to know him very well, let me just inform my dear colleagues that the moment on July 20, we will be giving our support and mandate to him and to his teammates. I know that during board meeting, there we can see that our interests as faculty members will always be put forward. And this man, he is also a very, what we call, objective as a leader. In what way? If the policies of the school will be already for the interest of the faculty, there's no need to anymore, what we call, question it.
Make
But
it difficult.
I will bet my last centavo, if there are issues directly affecting us, and those issues will be detrimental to the interest of the faculty, there you can see how Al-Ghani will, what we call, fight it out in the Board of Regents and how he will ventilate and explicate those issues. protecting our interests.
So this is historical because on July 20, we will be electing the youngest. Correct?
Precisely.
Am I right?
Precisely.
The youngest faculty.
He will be the youngest.
Historical indeed.
Very historical.
So there's change already. Change, we don't change as they say. We don't change, right? Yes. So thank you, sir, for gracing this vlog. Thank you. This is rare. This doesn't just allow people to interview him. So we got a chance to interview the mentor of mentors here in political science. So Sir Moy Eddie. So sir, thank you for being a friend. By the way, to my viewers, the connection, I'll tell you why I'm really also interviewing him. Because we were friends. Si Katuna, sir, di ba?
Yeah, si Katuna. And also during the time when we organized the Junior Faculty Caucus for the JFC.
Yeah, JFC.
Also, Al-Ghani was one of the active members.
Yes.
In fact, that time, I remember, I could vividly recall Al-Ghani when he wrote letter to the Civil Service Commission.
Yes.
And he went to the Civil Service. And for the information of the public, he won his case. Defending the so-called contractual faculty members at the time or those with COS status.
So that's an achievement.
Yes,
right?
that was an achievement.
So that's Al-Ghani's...
that was Al-Ghani's move.
See?
There are persons who love to talk.
But no
action. To me, they are NATO. So I am appealing for those dear colleagues of mine not to consider NATO.
Okay.
You know what is NATO?
Yeah.
No,
No talk.
no action, talk only. So they love this
So
so-called gun standing ba? They love to have just gun standing.
That civil service, so Al-Ghani wrote a letter.
Exactly.
And then they rule in favor
Yes.
of the contract.
Yes. In fact, the letter, the answer, those documents are still with Brother Al-Ghani.
So that's an achievement.
Yes.
So you would know that if he will become the president of the union, he can.
And come to
fight
think
for
about
us.
it, he was not yet a president of our faculty union. What more if we will give him the mandate? What more?
Correct.
But one thing good of this guy, if the policies of the university are for the interest of the faculty union, he will support. And we will support as his followers. But,
colleagues.
mind you, my dear colleagues, if there are also issues detrimental to our interests, Al-Ghani will fight it out in accordance with the rule of law. That is how I would say about this guy. In other words, he's a fighter based on the rule of law, based on justice and
Not on personal opinions
or biases. He is very, very objective.
So you're not arguing on the basis of the face
Exactly.
of the person, whether you're insecure of his face.
Yeah.
So it's always evidence-based.
So to summarize,
okay, final message.
Okay, my final message to my dear colleagues. You know, our dear colleagues of this prestigious university, on July 20, please don't forget, let us cast our votes and let us vote wisely. I appeal for your, what we call, honest and wise decision. And that wise decision is to consider a representative of the faculty union to the Board of Regents who is a very, very objective fighter and will always toe the line of the general welfare of the WIMSU faculty. And to me, there is no other guy, and the guy is Professor Al-Ghani D. Muhammad. So, my dear colleagues, see you all on July 20. Let us all vote. Arriba, Western Mindanao State University, Faculty Union. Arriba, Professor Al-Ghani and his care team.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity.
Gracias.
Thank you for the opportunity. Woohoo!